Okay, Lee Kreider here, Ohio Ram Show once again. We're live with a person who's become our favorite writer, Hoppo, over there on the Isle of Guernsey. And we're getting close to the countdown for the finish of the virtual Ram, the 12 days. And Hoppo has decided to call it there. And he certainly put in a good ride. And we want to remind everybody that you can give Hoppo a text either on Facebook or YouTube. We can see it here. And you might have a question. You might have a thought. Just cheer him up a little bit as he's been writing there, seems like forever. And we've got a couple people in here all right. Hey, Gregory Zuber's in here. He's the voice of the Ohio Ram Show. He comes on not during these live ones, but he says, "Welcome to the Ohio Ram Show." And that deep bass voice, he sings bass in our church choir. Are we surprised? Hi, Gregory. Glad to have you here. Toshiyuki Nimoto. I hope I got your name there correct. Glad to have you here. Hey, everybody drop in a comment. I cannot see you if you're on YouTube. So the only way I can tell you're here is by giving us a comment. I cannot see you always if you're on Facebook. I only see some. And I know we already have more people watching than shown up here. So with that, we're going to get on over to the Isle of Guernsey. Well, let's just bring Jim Lawyer in here up in Tip City. Hi, Jim.
Hi, Lee. How are you this morning?
Jim here is pretty good. He's been my faithful helper here. I kind of dragged him in at the last minute, and he's done a great job. He's doing the 60. And now let's go to the Isle of Guernsey in the Channel Islands, just off the coast of France, but they belong to the United Kingdom. Chris Hoppo Hopkinson and a whole bunch of family there, aren't you, Chris?
Good afternoon.
Yeah.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, it is now, what, about 13:49 there. I see that TQ Sorrel is in here. Hey, TQ, give us a comment. He did a remarkable job in VRAW, I believe it was.
Could I just kick us off by saying a massive congratulations to Hirokazu Suzuki for being the only person to get the complete job done in under 12 days.
Yeah, I was
on winning.
Yeah, and I have it here. He made it in 11 days, 23 hours, and 2 minutes.
Wow.
With 58 minutes to spare. And he was the only one to do it. I don't know if anybody's followed him on the map, but on the map, it shows that he hasn't even crossed the Appalachian Mountains yet, but he's got his... This is virtual racing, folks.
But what an amazing job he's done.
Definitely.
Hey,
and you also have, too.
Thank you, sir.
I'm sorry. The other day, I put you in the Isle of Jersey rather than Guernsey.
Oh, dear.
That's cowbell talking.
Well, back on the farm, we had both Jerseys and Guernseys, and we won't take time to tell you the difference, but they both were very special breeds. I don't think either one breed is very popular now. Maybe the Guernseys, but the reason is
they are here.
They are? Okay, I would imagine so. The problem is, Hoppo, particularly the Jerseys, they give so much butter fat in their milk. They don't give a lot of milk, but it's very, very rich. And as our diets have changed, we no longer need that much butter fat. And so the industry has moved to the Holsteins, which gives a lot of milk, but they're not nearly so rich. So anyhow, well, that little sidelight of animal husbandry from my days on the farm over there near Potsdam, Jim.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Same county as Jim is in right at the moment.
Yeah.
So
and that's this week's edition of Farmers Weekly from Ohio.
that's right.
You got a new show starting now, don't you, Lee? After Ram's done.
Gary Solomon has a show similar to this called Laid Back Bike Report, and it's about bents. And it's all about bents. And, of course, now they're getting into the trikes, the things. And so he did an introduction for me. He says, we are going to talk about animal husbandry in Ohio, the Ohio Ram Show. Wait a minute. No, that's not right. So, we're getting a little silly here as we get to the close. Hey, TQ Sarl says these VRAM riders are a massive inspiration. They're doing an amazing job. I don't see how you sit on that bike so long. I mean, I was going to calculate, Hoppo, if you were riding in the island of Guernsey, how many rotations the island you would have had to have done. He tells me it's only
round the island's about 25-mile round trip.
Wow, a lot of turns.
It sure is. Well, Spiegel Bikes is back again. Hi, Spiegel Bikes. It says, hi, Lee and Hoppo. Amazing to see you again. And Hoppo, congratulations for an amazing race. Nice to see you all. Nice to see you, Spiegel. And we have a date, Spiegel Bikes, after this is all over and we've recovered our sanity, to have you on the show and talk about your great bikes. We generally stay away from hardware issues, Hoppo. We don't get into hardware too much, but I think Spiegel Bikes, because of their association with ultracycling, is worthy of some of our time. So let's see. Yeah. I don't see anybody else in here. Yeah. Well, you know how to get in touch with the Spiegel Bike, so we'd be glad to hear from you. I show about
6 minutes. Yeah, 6 minutes and 3 seconds. Yep.
At this point, we want to say, those of you who are watching on Facebook and YouTube, there is a 10-second delay in the feed. That's deliberately built into their systems, I think, for protection of some sort. And so if you see Hoppo keeping on riding after we've done the countdown, he isn't cheating. It's just that Facebook and YouTube hasn't caught up with you yet. Doug Thompson's in here. He just popped in. Hey, Doug, come in and say hello to Hoppo. He'd be glad to hear from you. Now, the clock's behind me. I do have the wee little clock here, on our computer. So we'll have to keep watching here. So I was going to see how many miles you had in, how many kilometers, but I didn't write that down. I was looking at Suzuki's record. We had him on the show last night. And so, while before we get down that far, I do want to announce our next show, which is going to be here pretty quick. We're going to have Pinky Jha on from India. And Pinky is a housewife. I guess I should call her a homemaker. I don't know what her marital status is. She's got 2 preteen children. Never rode a bike before she was 35. She's 40 now. She's only ridden a bike for 5 years. And she went and did the 60. Did it in 4 days, Jim.
That's amazing.
And we're going to have her on at 11 o'clock this morning, Eastern Daylight Time. That'll be 1500 Universal Time and 2030 in India. I just like to highlight these people who come in and take up this sport a little later in life. and do a remarkable job. So, hey, Hoppo, take a moment to introduce who all's looking over your shoulder there.
All right. Well, we've got Lucy, my daughter, Connor, with the noisy cowbell. Who we got on my left-hand shoulder? We've got my dad, Peter, and we've got Jenny here. You know Jenny, and Sheila's sort of half in the room. And that's Jenny's mom.
Okay. Doug Thompson says, hey, Hoppo, best to you and your family.
And the champagne and the beer's in the fridge.
Sweet.
No, nothing's there. It's there.
Okay. Well, he's got the whole family there, and we're getting closer. I show 3 minutes.
Yep, roughly.
Yeah.
Right
That's
now.
what I got.
And Jim, are you set up now to do the countdown?
Well, I've got my phone set up. I couldn't do it on the screen, but 2:42.
Okay. Well, why don't you, when you hit about,
I'll just count it down.
About 10 seconds,
Yep.
Jim.
Definitely.
Well,
Start
I'll
counting
press
down.
end ride when Jim's counted down.
Okay.
There you
very
go.
good. Now
I won't shortchange you.
Now we did a time check just before we went live, and we're all pretty well synced up. But again, I'll say, because people are popping in here now, new people, there's a 10-second delay between the time that we actually, let me say that different. There's a 10-second delay built into both Facebook and YouTube. And I suppose they've got some robo machines, don't you think, Jim, to protect certain words or things being said.
Definitely.
And that's the reason for the 10 seconds. So if you see Hoppo writing beyond what your clock says, he's not cheating. We just haven't caught up yet. And I see Trevor Payne in here watching. Thank you, Trevor, for being here. And Chisa Suzuki's here. That's Hirokazu's wife. She was with us last night. Glad to see you here. I hope that...
I hope she heard me congratulating Hirokazu.
She probably didn't because we just gave a shout out, Chisa, to your husband for his remarkable performance of completing the whole route, the only person who has, and he did it in 11 days, 23 hours, 2 minutes.
60 seconds.
Okay, 60 seconds to go.
Yep.
We're getting close. And he did the whole route with just 58 minutes to spare. He must have done some tall biking there toward the end.
Definitely.
Well,
Congratulations.
I'm doing the rest of the routes as recovery rides over the next 5 days.
Awesome. That's a great idea.
Yeah, to get to the end of the other side. Yeah.
There you go. 30 seconds.
30 seconds, and Walter Edwards is here. Trevor Payne says, well done, Hoppo.
Yep. Thank you very much, Trevor, and hello, Walter Edwards.
It's not possible for everybody to give a cheer here. Simon Hughes, you're here just in the nick of time.
10,
about
9, 8, 7, 6, 5,
5,
4, 3, 2, 1.
1.
Woo! Way to go, Hoppo!
Way to go. And thank you all for joining us here this morning. Walter Edwards says, very nice. Walter's a great guy. He's a ham radio operator there in Atlanta, Georgia, and he has this little peanut tube. And I don't know.
There you go. Cheers.
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 All I got is my water here.
Yeah, that's what I got.
That's
Walter says, I Spiegel Bikes, congratulations. Walter says, yeah, wow, you did it. I was going to say, Walter, he's a ham radio operator. I think he has about a yeah. So very good, very good. TQ
well, thank you very
says,
much, everybody, for all your support.
well done, cheers. 12 days on the bike. How many hours sleep did you get, Hoppo?
Not a lot. I averaged about 3 hours a day, so possibly about 36 hours.
Amazing.
Okay. Okay, Greg Zuber saying thank you for your show. Congratulations, Hoppo. Fantastic job.
Thank you.
We've enjoyed doing this. I had never done live. Well, actually, when the show first started many years ago, we did live stream, and I finally decided it better to record and edit. Doug Thompson says cheers and congratulations. So that's great. Hey, I got a message for Greg Zuber. He goes to my church. We have a new pastor there this morning. And unfortunately, Greg, I've got an 11 o'clock show scheduled, so I won't be there to greet the new pastor. So say hello to him for me, will you? I got kind of caught up in doing their on stream or their live stream while they were closed, and it got to be quite a chore. I love doing it, but we did a lot of work. Okay. So anybody? Oh, here's Stefan Anthonyum, I believe it is. Sorry for these name pronunciations. I'm never very good with them. I've got a German tongue and a Scottish brain, and it don't work too well with names sometimes. Tom Florian is in here. Hi, Tom. How are you? Glad to see you. Okay.
Hello,
are you going to get off that damn bike or not?
I'm working on it.
Cleason just keeps sitting there.
I didn't want to kick everybody, and everybody's standing around me.
Oh, great.
Trying not
So
to
awesome.
So what do you do now?
drink champagne.
Woo!
That sounds like a winner. Yeah.
And I think after that, I've got some beer in the fridge as well.
There you go.
Have a little chaser as well. Well, you get hydrated, get rested.
Yes,
And,
I need some rehydration.
Yeah. Somehow I don't think it works that way, but at any rate, I want to say once again, for those of you before you get away from here, that we're going to have Pinky Jaw on the show at 11. That's just 2 hours from now, 11 Eastern Daylight Time, from India, a 40-year-old homemaker who never rode a bike until she was 35, took it up, found a whole new life while she's got 2 preteen children. And I am told she won the first race she was ever in. And she did the 60, supposedly 60 minutes a day for 12 days, but she did it in 4 days. And we'd like to highlight those kind of people. Spiegel Bikes is here to say, Connor will follow your father's steps in ultra cycling. How was your experience to see your dad with this amazing race in his age group?
It's talking. Connor's gone.
Connor.
Right.
Yeah, he's gone.
Hey, God.
Connor's gone up the garden. Connor's on the trampoline now.
There you go.
Okay,
he's here now. He's here now.
Excellent. Hi.
Hi, Connor. Spiegel Bike says, are you going to follow your dad's footsteps?
Yes.
Okay,
Awesome.
Very good. You know, we've had some young guys here in V Raw. Well, I guess one was in the 60 and the other was in V Raw, who put in some pretty remarkable performances for being in their teens. And that's a good sign, Hoppo. We see some new people coming into the sport.
Yeah, well, Connor's been doing a charity event recently. I've got the details up on my Facebook. He's been riding the virtual race across Europe.
Excellent.
Okay, great.
The race that I won a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
And he's been riding, I between 15 and 20 miles a day, and so far he's got up to, I think it's about 620 miles.
Awesome.
All right.
Yeah.
Great
So
job.
He's been doing quite a bit.
And Jerry Phelps and Tom Fanning just popped in here. You're a little late to give him that final cheer, but he'd be glad to hear your congratulations now. Just put a post in there. We'll put them up. Yeah, so that's great news. And you won your age category, it would appear.
Yeah, that was a great push, Hoppo. Great push.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's interesting how all the people we know, Jim, are moving up the age categories.
I know. We just need to go the other way, don't we?
Yeah. And we thought, oh, those are young kids doing this stuff.
Time marches on.
There you go. We only get better.
Yeah. Like a fine wine.
Exactly.
Exactly. It's not aging, it's seasoning.
At least
So
that's
do you have any big races scheduled with everything that's going on? Have any of yours gonna go through like normal later in the year?
As far as I know, we're not allowed to leave Guernsey at all. At the moment.
Gotcha.
So no, I mean the two main races that I've had this year are the Race Across Europe and this one.
Mm-hmm. Well, you're doing great. I applaud you totally.
Tom Fanning says, fantastic, awesome, Hoppo.
Thank you very much, Tom. Cheers.
So you're stuck on Guernsey, right?
Yeah, but we've had no cases here whatsoever for I think it's about 50 days now.
Wow. Well, that's good. They're not bringing anybody in then.
I've just been corrected. 59 days apparently. We've had no cases at all on Ireland.
That's great.
Well, that's one advantage of being on a small island. You have a high degree of control, and I think that may be that may be helpful to what New Zealand has experienced. You know, they have had very low cases, except they were very aggressive in attacking the problem.
They've just cancelled all the planes and the boats, and there's no way of it getting on the island.
Do they still bring food, etc., in, or do they even stop? Okay.
All the passenger ferries that used to come here from the UK now just come in with the supplies.
Gotcha.
And Jenny Bonham just popped in. Jenny, give us a hello and give a congratulations to Hoppo. It's
she's here.
Hi, Jenny.
Hi.
You kind of proud of this guy, are you?
Oh, always. He's fab.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you very much.
You never know what Hoppo's hair is going to look like from one race to the next. That's the joy of it.
It's Jenny that's responsible for that.
Don't believe me.
You know, I have kind of the same effect, but it's natural. I have this peak that pops up in the center, but I've not dyed it. It's because I have this strange skull. My hair grows together, you know.
Yeah.
Probably a strange brain underneath it. That may explain a lot.
It had to be blue this year because of the event being virtual. Because my virtual cycling club is the SAS.
Gotcha. Excellent.
As you can. Where is it? As you can see.
There you got it.
Well, let's take a moment here to do a little reprieve of where we've been. Hoppo, what about virtual racing? Is this a future for you? Of course, you're probably do a lot there being on the island, maybe doing some more.
Well, I do a lot of training virtually because obviously ultra cycling on Guernsey is not very prevalent because of it being it's 6 miles by 4 the island. So no, there's not any distance racing at all here. So I do all my training on the virtual platform, mainly on Swift.
Mm-hmm.
But my racing is normally I do the training on the virtual platform and I do the racing wherever around the world. So I don't normally race on the virtual platforms.
Yeah.
But
Well,
yeah,
I was thinking about this morning as a fan, Jim and Hoppo. From a fan's perspective, I was pretty enthused about watching this until maybe I just was getting tired. But when I woke up this morning, I thought, when Ram is on and that last rider goes through your time station, I always feel let down. Kind of a depressive moment, and you think, well, there's next year. With the virtual race, I've kind of worn down. I don't have that feeling of, oh, I'm sad it's over.
Yeah.
Be frank. I don't know how you feel, Jim.
Well, yeah, I kind of agree with you. I've been following some of the Ironman series. They're doing everything virtual, and they do it a little bit different because they have 4 or 5 people they show on the screen riding at one time, and they have commentators. And I know they're going to try to do that with the virtual Tour de France that they're bringing out here shortly. So it'll be kind of interesting to see if that's going to help bring cycling and virtual cycling to the forefront. I'm
just having a refill.
There you go. You deserve it.
You bet.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, I'm sure there'll be a lot of Monday morning quarterbacking and debriefing going on and thinking about all this. It's certainly been a different experience than we've had in the past. To sit here in my chair and never move my butt hardly any place else, like Hoppo has had on his saddle, has been a different experience rather than running around from time station to time station trying to catch various people. So anyhow, thank you, Hoppo, for being with us. We're going to let you get on with
Thank you again for having me.
Yeah.
Oh, it's been a joy to follow you and you allowing us to do this. It's not that we don't care about any of the other riders. It's just that you gave us the opportunity and we jumped on it. So thank you, Hoppo, and thank you for being with us. And Jim,
we'll see you at the time stations, Hoppo, next year.
Yeah, you certainly shall, Jim. Yeah,
we'll
crew chief in for my coach rider next year.
Excellent. We'll have something special for you at 43.
Excellent. I shall make sure I come and see you.
Excellent.
Okay, I see. Zuber isn't going to. His wife had surgery, and they're trying to be isolated a little bit. So, yeah. Okay. And Jim, I want to thank you so much for jumping in here and being with us. You've been a real help. It wasn't planned. I just grabbed you one night, and you've been here ever since, and we really appreciate that. And maybe this won't be the last of this, Jim.
Definitely not. I like I said, you've got me over my fear of cameras and streaming and stuff and doing live stuff. So we'll give it a go and see how it goes.
Okay, just let me make a little closer here, and then I'll be right back with you. Well, that's VRAM for us. We do have this other show with Pinky Jaw coming up in about an hour and 45 minutes. Be back with us then. I think this woman is really remarkable, and I'm anxious to talk to her. Thank you for watching. Be sure if you're on Facebook, go down there and hit that little like button and the follow button both. That means a lot to us. And if you're watching on YouTube, just go down there and hit that subscribe button for further announcements of the show. And as always, we'll be posting them here on the Ram Ultra Cycling Forum for you to follow. So with that, we're going to say goodbye and good luck, and who knows when we'll see you next, because we often go on hiatus after Ram, and I don't know if we'll do that now or not. We'll see. Goodbye.